Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have something pretty wacky to speak about today, something that I usually don't delve into, but today we're going to be talking about a terrible family channel on YouTube. I real quickly have to tell you guys that I don't really like any family channels on YouTube. I think they're always pretty damn bad. I think that family channels have a reputation of just being overall shit. For example, you have Daddy05, which is just a very terrible one that I would like to make a video about one day. Then we have this one right here called 8Passengers, which that name is already really fucking wacky because it just sounds like a satanic cult. 8Passengers, such a stupid name for a family channel. So the main character to our terrible, manipulative, shitty little story here for 8Passengers, it goes by the name of Ruby Franke. She was the main, video maker for 8Passengers here. She was the mother of six children that she would manipulate, abuse, and treat very poorly. For example, whenever they wouldn't get one chore done, or they would talk back just a little bit, the one thing that they would lose immediately would be the right to eat in her household. She wouldn't let them eat, she would practically starve them. Now, the one thing I would like to talk about is the fact that Ruby loves to take away anything that's valuable to her children. She will take away their phones. It's not like they even had high-tech phones. She would give the older kids flip phones, which quite literally couldn't access internet or Wi-Fi or any social medias or anything. It was just a phone number. And then, if she ever saw them with that phone at the table, her and her, husband, that for some reason looks like Pitbull if Pitbull never had success, they would take that child's phone and then go on to read all of the private messages to the entire family at the dinner table, which is just completely absurd and very fucking weird because you're just invading their privacy and sharing all of their information that they were holding to themselves with the entire family. There was really no excuse to do that. One of the core punishments I saw that Ruby did on her second oldest, I believe, her oldest son, Chad, basically what she did is she took away his right to a bedroom. And you may be wondering, Underflow, what exactly does that even fucking mean? Because I was wondering the same exact thing. How do you take away someone's bedroom? But what she did is she went into his bedroom, took out every single item, and left him with practically nothing. For 7 months straight, that child had nothing to sleep on. He had no bed, he had no pillows. The only thing that he would sleep on was a beanbag because that was practically all he had to him. Now, you may be wondering, just like I was, you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, saying, Underflow, what could a person possibly have done to lose his bedroom for 7 months straight, right? Because I was wondering the same exact thing. Well, he lost it because he pulled a prank on one of his younger siblings. Now, you must be thinking, this was some pretty hardcore prank, some pretty terrible shit that child must have done. Like, he probably shit in someone's cereal or pissed in their scrambled eggs. Well, I'm sitting here to tell you that you're wrong. He really didn't do anything that terrible, although it is kind of fucked, a little bit scummy. What he did was he told one of his younger siblings that they were going to go to Disneyland, had him pack all of his bags, and when the child finally got to the front door, he told him that it was just a prank and they're not actually going anywhere. So he ended up losing his bedroom for 7 months. It's not like he went and did anything demonic. It was just a pretty harmless fucking prank on his younger sibling. Now, I've kind of been ranting here for 3 minutes straight because this entire situation has upset me quite a bit, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a bunch of clips of Ruby Franke and her children.
I'm only going to say it one more time, and then you're going to lose the privilege to eat dinner.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up.
Now, I just want to point out a few things. I don't know why she kept this in the video when it was obviously wasn't public information at the moment, when it's obvious that she didn't want it to be public information. She sat there, she's like, yeah, we never actually told our viewers this, Chad. We never told our viewers this at all, because she obviously wanted it to be private.
At 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he's like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
and then I walk out.
If you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
It was not funny.
Russell got the big bedroom and Chad got the smaller bedroom. And Russell's bigger bedroom also had a bathroom. But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room. Abby, we took the phone away from Abby
in November.
and
I just don't know why.
you may never get the phone back.
Probably not.
No, I have no friends.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore
Because they're
they say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live. They're pretty far away.
So, summer goal, become the best athlete I possibly can.
Now, this entire situation was just completely fucked to begin with. I think her son's blank stare in that video can tell a miraculous story just by kind of looking at his eyes. It's extremely heartbreaking to see, to be completely honest with you, and the fact that the mom goes out of her way to kind of make a mockery or joke of the situation by looking at her daughter and saying, you know, we took away your phone in November and we most likely, you know, you'll never see it again. Now, this channel wasn't small at all. I still consider myself to be a relatively small YouTuber. I only have 58,000 subscribers, and don't get me wrong, that's a fucking pretty vast amount. That's a lot of people. But the thing is, this channel was much more bigger than myself. You may be thinking, did it have like 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, possibly 500,000? No, it had much more than that. This channel had a staggering like 2.3 million subscribers prior to its termination about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and they were getting hundreds of thousands of views every video that they would upload, and every uploaded video was just borderline abuse, manipulation. It was just very disturbing shit all around. It was just all fucking terrible, and the fact that this channel was able to amass 2.3 million as the self-proclaimed strict parent who knows what's right for everybody, even looking at her kids before they ever turned 18 and hitting them with once you turn 18, you are no longer welcome in my household once you turn 18 is what you would say to them. Just kind of sitting there making it like, yeah, once you're 18, you're done. We want nothing to do with you. Get out of my house, you're gone.
If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
Grandma will be so mad.
So what are you going to do?
Are you gonna cut anything else? No.
You promise? Look at Mama. I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch. And it would...
Wait a minute, you're sitting here telling me the person who pursued education to go and teach younger kids education is uncomfortable with a child being hungry? That's a shocker to you? You're bewildered at that? You're flabbergasted even that a teacher would be shocked and bewildered and worried that a child would be hungry and uncomfortable with it, but that's okay to you because you constantly starve your kids. It makes a little bit more sense now.
Ease her discomfort if I came to the school with lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch. You're gonna pass on the sucker?
I've had enough brownie for a lifetime. I really don't need one.
Once you hit 99 pounds, you don't need any suckers anymore. You're too old, you're too big.
I just had a lot of brownie.
He's the bed maybe like once every 8 months. Like, it's been a very long time since she wet the bed. I was like, oh darn it, that's all right. Just go sleep on the floor in the bathroom.
I have been a masterful manipulator. I have manipulated using sex. I've manipulated using external rewards. I have wanted something and I'm going to get it no matter.
Sorry to tell you this, honey, but unless you find a friend who's willing to share some of their food with you, I don't think you're going to be able to eat. But if you're not responsible for your lunch and your lunch money, that's the natural consequence. And I'm really sorry you're learning this the hard way. I will have a wonderful, yummy snack. Just hang in there today and just make up your mind. You're going to be really careful and make sure you grab your stuff when you go to school next time. And maybe you have a good friend who will share some of their sandwich with you or something. Russell, I'm really sorry. He sounded like he was going...
This cold-blooded lizard really talked to her young son on the phone and hit him with the, yeah, while you're sitting there starving at school, you're hungry, haven't eaten in a while, I'm gonna have a really, really yummy snack. I mean, it's just absolutely fucking wild that they would post this publicly, move on with their day like it was perfect, and make hella fucking money off of it too. But she wouldn't even go out of her way to make sure her young children had their lunch packed. This woman is quite literally just very fucking stupid, and she loves manipulation. She stated it multiple times that she will use it to get whatever she wants, to get an advantage, so to speak. Now, Ruby here is actually getting charged and sentenced with stuff that we will discuss that much later in the video. I'd like to show you guys a few more clips that I think are just absolutely f***ed.
Give me some breakfast.
You don't need food.
Daddy, go win.
We are going to a movie, so go get on your shoes.
What is it? What?
Does it even matter? If someone asked me if I wanted to go to a movie, I wouldn't ask, what is it? Run and get your shoes or you're going to not go. Hurry! Everyone run! Hey, this is Ruby. I was wondering, is Brooke available to babysit?
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. What a good idea for spring break.
Mom, I'm really sorry.
Well, good. I will call her again. Tell her I will call her again.
Sure.
Okay, have fun.
My shoes are with these socks.
Bye.
Okay. So I wanted to call
Babysitter's not available. I am not taking Eve, unless you come and give me a huge apology. You come give me a hug and you come say you're sorry. No, again, where I can pay attention. It was not very thankful of you. I was excited and I told you to go get on your shoes and your jacket to see a movie. And you should say, okay, and be grateful. Instead of, well, what movie? Well, I don't know. Let me think about it. That's not very grateful, and I'm not going to take a girl who's not grateful. Can you show some more gratitude?
Terrible parenting 101 right there. Don't punish your child for asking a question. It asked a question because it's curious and it wants to learn more. I think one of the worst things about this clip is the fact that she tried to get the babysitter no matter what. The child was apologizing 2 times in a row while they were on the phone. She really had no expectation of actually bringing the child, but since the babysitter couldn't make it or the babysitter wasn't around to come and babysit, unfortunately, she had to bring the child, which is obviously something that she didn't want to do or something she didn't plan on doing. I just don't understand whatsoever how someone like this could have children, and secondly, how someone like this could have a platform with 2.3 million on it. It looks like there's a very massive trend going on, as of recently especially, where people are making the wrong people famous and popular, especially on social media. Like, how do you sit down on your couch, sit down in your chair, and get ready to watch a YouTube video? You click on this family channel because, oh, it might be wholesome or whatnot, and this might be something that you can watch, right? And it turns out to be this. Who would actually click subscribe? I'm sure that, you know, the 8Passengers fan base most likely had to be anywhere from 6 to 12 years old to subscribe to this. Anybody with a thinking mind that is somewhat fully developed will look at this shit and go, wow, you know, this is pretty damn messed up. So I just have to assume that their, you know, viewer base was anywhere between the ages of 5 to 12. It's the only thing that can make possible sense.
Okay, give me a big hug. Go get a jacket. It'll be a little cheap.
Now, this next clip I'm going to show you, it's going to be a rather short one compared to the others, but this one is fucking weird. Who would sit there with their very young children in front of a camera, in front of millions of subscribers, and look at them in the eyes and go, do you know what mating is? And when the child immediately gets uncomfortable and says, no, I don't want to know, can we just like move on from this wacky shit, right? The parent goes, are you sure you don't want to know what mating is? Like, oh, I don't know. Are you sure you don't want to have this conversation in front of hundreds of thousands of people watching and 2 million subscribers? And people from your school that are probably watching this video that probably would make fun of you at school for this type of shit.
You know what mating is? No. Do you want to learn?
Julie hasn't had a talk yet.
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Julie, do you want the talk? No. I had it at your age. I don't want the talk. Why? You gotta have it.
I am going home to my sweet children. I cannot wait to hug them and to smell them and to lick them.
You know, people used to be called retarded, and there was no negative connotation to that, but someone or some group put negative connotation onto retarded. And some of you are cringing like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And there's nothing bad about retard. It just means slow. I'm retarded in several areas, like baking's one of them. I'm 50 years old. I didn't know what a sieve was.
That was my motivating drive. It is my motivating drive for creating this content. I was a hugely disconnected, selfish, aggressive, neglectful mother.
Entitled.
I wanted my kids to be happy, which AKA translated into, I want my kids to get off my back. Because I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to go to Target. I want to be able to shop. I want to be able to have a moment of silence where I can just think. It was all about me. And I made my kids responsible for that. And so I allowed them to have what they wanted.
Nabisco wall will also be removed. The kitchen will be removed. It will not be replaced. I refuse to have a kitchen in my basement. My kids are not welcome to come live with me after they're 18. I am very...
So where is Ruby Franke now is what you all are wondering. I was wondering that too, so I did my own little research. Now, I do want to tell you all that most of the things that I'm going to be saying here is more or less going to be statements, because there's not much to really show here at all. It's just going to be word of mouth and the statements from the shit that has happened. Ruby Franke is getting accused with 6 counts of child abuse, along with her business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, I think her name is getting accused and charged with 2 counts of child abuse. They may be wondering, how did this all come about? Basically, Ruby had 2 of her youngest children duct taped by the hands and the ankles in a room. Her youngest son, who was duct taped, finally escaped through a window and ran to a nearby neighbor, of which then the neighbor went on to call the police. According to the police's words, the child looked very malnourished, had a lot of very bad wounds on their hands and ankles where they were duct taped, and had actual wounds on their body from hits. Now, I can't find anything about the father or the dad of the 6 children of the 8Passengers YouTube channel being charged with anything, which is a little fucking outlandish to me. He seems like he knew everything that was happening. He was even participating in some of the very shitty punishments that Ruby was having her kids go through. So I think that he should be charged to the maximum, just like Ruby should be charged to the max, along with her business partner, Judy. Ruby's going to have 2 more hearings, I believe, that are going to take place in the 15th of September and the 18th of September, so she's going to have 2 more hearings there. But she did have a hearing a few days ago, I think it was about 5 days ago now, and what she said was kind of shocking, and it looks like she's still trying to pull some shitty, manipulation and abusive tactics while she's not even there. Ruby has allegedly claimed that her oldest son was SAing other members in the family and her younger children, and that's why she was abusive towards them all, is because her eldest son was, SAing the other children around them and other children in the neighborhood. Granted, I don't know how true these claims are, or I don't know how true this is that she even said that, because I've only seen a few news outlets actually say that this happened, and a few people on TikTok and YouTube talk about this happening too, so I don't know if this is 100% true that she made those claims of her eldest son SAing other members of her family and other people in the neighborhood. I don't know if that is fully true, and it's just an allegation from what I've heard so far. Now, this is all I have to talk about today. Like I said, she should have another hearing or 2 more hearings on the 15th and 18th of this month of September. Now, in the coming weeks, if anything crazy happens or she's charged with actual stuff, I'll be sure to update you guys with a brand new video talking about what has come up in the recent case, or just a community post on my YouTube. Either way, I'll try to do my best to keep you guys updated. Now, that is going to end it for today's video, so thank you all for watching. I hope every single one of you has a great day or a great night, depending on whenever you watch this video. So that's all. See ya. Stay safe.